Good evening from the Lakeside Country Club as we prepare for the final of the 2016 BDO World Darts Championship. The atmosphere will build over the next half an hour or so, then the players will arrive on stage and we'll see Scott Waites and Jeff Smith throw for the title.
It's the home of World Darts. Welcome to the Lakeside.
The fans are incredible. Every time that you get up on that stage, they're so appreciative of the darts that are out there.
Lakeside, it has to be the best place ever in the world to play any game of darts.
It's the silencer, Jeff Smith.
It's still a shock to me that I'm even playing this final, and it's going to be incredible. You just don't know what's going to happen.
It's the 2013 World Champion, Scott Waites.
This is what we work for. We all want to be a world champion, and to get up on that stage and to try and become world champion is what we dream of.
Scott Waites, the Huddersfield-based joiner, hoping to win the BDO title for a second time. Jeff Smith restores classic cars, and the Canadian's a class act on the dartboard. He's won through from the qualifying round to the final. And here on the balcony, Tony O'Shea's played in 3 Lakeside finals. How would you describe the emotion of the day? You wake up by the side of the lake, there's lots of time to kill. You must just think about it all day.
To be honest, sometimes there's too much time to kill. But I felt really calm, collected, until all my friends and family turned up. And I could see the nerves in them, and that's what used to start me off with the nerves, to be honest. But I was talking to Scott early on, and he's got a big crowd come down with him, and he looked so relaxed and totally opposite from what I felt.
So you can overthink it in a way?
I definitely did, obviously, because I lost all 3. But no, I felt really good in the morning. I felt fantastic at breakfast, bit of practice, planned my day out nicely. But about 4 o'clock, when everyone, all them faces that I knew, and I was more worried what they were thinking, because they looked so stressed.
Well, this time last year, Scott Mitchell was preparing to walk onto the stage. He did that. He finished the night here on the balcony with the trophy. He's with Reshman in the players' bar.
Scott, you know exactly what it feels like to come out on the stage like this, on a night like this. What will the players be feeling?
Well, it's like the calm before the storm, if I'm totally honest. You'll be waiting around in here, just waiting for the game to get going. You feel that the work's done because you've made the final. You all come here every year to try and make the final, and I think you're a little bit more relaxed than you anticipate that you would be. I thought I'd be a lot more nervous than I was, and I wasn't. It was just a case of, you know, we want the game to start now. You've played all week. You know you're playing all right, so there's nothing to be apprehensive about.
And at what point do the nerves kick in? Because I imagine it's inevitable, right?
Yeah, a few butterflies kick in, but just before you go out, just when you're waiting on the stairs to go out and get into position, things like that, and you're saying goodbye to your family, and it all starts the realisation of what's going on, that you're just about to play a game that could change your life, and lucky enough for me, it went my way.
And of course, it's a much longer format than what everyone's played this week. How hard is it to mentally prepare for that? What would you do to mentally prepare?
Well, obviously, you want to get off to a bit of a start, so you're trying to make sure that you don't take too much of the crowd in. I remember walking out and being very solemn and trying to think about the game, and rather than slapping everybody's hands on the way out, to get that good start. But I think you haven't got to worry, because it is a longer game. You know, if you have a couple of sets, these longer games, there seem to be purple patches for both players. And all the years that I've ever watched the Lakeside, somebody will rear off and do a couple of legs, and somebody will come back and do 3 or 4 back. And it all depends on when you win them and the momentum of the game, really.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. We'll see you throughout the show.
Reshman, thanks. So not too long to wait now before we see how this final unfolds. Let's just take a check on how the 2 players overcame the final hurdle to see how they got to reach today's final.
Scott Waites through to his 2nd Lakeside final. Jamie Hughes will be back, and he will throw an awful lot better when he does come back. But today, this afternoon, belongs to Scott Waites.
Scott Mitchell's joined us on the balcony. When you have an easy day in the semi-final, do you think it has any bearing?
I've only had one experience of it, and I have to say, yeah, I think it did. Because I actually left the building at the minute that I'd won it, really. Did a few autographs, left the building and started preparing immediately for the game. And, of course, the other guys still had 2 hours to wait before they even started play.
What do you think, Tony? Just if you have such an easy day and you don't have to take too much out the battery, do you think that has an impact?
That's what it's all about, the battery, keeping it as charged as possible. And if you're on the Saturday afternoon game and you have an easy game, it's almost a day and a half rest you can get, and to plan for the finals must be easier if you get that much rest in between.
OK, let's talk football for a moment, because up here on the balcony we've got a Stockport County fan, and so he'll never forget something that happened just 2 days ago.
One of their favourite lakeside memories has to be like this week, beating Glen Durant on that stage.
And there it is! He's done it again! Somehow he's come back from the very, very brink and has pulled off a remarkable victory.
Probably one of the best dart players at the minute, and to beat him up there gives me a fantastic opportunity to win my second world title.
Breathtaking entertainment being provided by these two. Stunning!
140. Lakeside loving this. Oh, that's 4 in a row. That's 5 in a row. That's 6 in a row. If he reaches the final with a 9-dart leg, the Lakeside roof will blow clean off.
Check your reply,
141 points away from the final and history. Treble 16. Compose yourself now, Jeff. The final is still in your grasp, or is it? Because Veenstra will be back for 150.
121. Richard, you require 150.
Brilliant leg of darts. And he's handily placed, unless... Not this time. Great dart.
128.
Excellent visit, but it may be in
Check,
vain.
you require 20.
For the match, for a 10-dart leg, for the final. Oh! Wow!
And the match!
What a way to do it! Jeff Smith, the silencer, makes Lakeside as noisy as it's ever been. We have a Canadian finalist again. It's Jeff Smith. Well played, Richard Veenstra. What a semi-final this has been. But to do it on a 10-dart leg, my oh my oh my. That is impressive. Smith's through.
That was ridiculous, wasn't it? To try and close the match out with a 9-darter. Put that into context, please, sort of doing that at that moment.
I mean, such a pressure point of the game. You expect to see 9, 10 darters in the middle of a match. If you do a 9-darter in the middle of the match, normally you lose the next 2 or 3 legs. But the last leg of the match, such a classy leg, it was unbelievable.
What did you make of it, Scott? The emotion of trying to do a 9-darter, sometimes you see that leg fall away, as Tony says, and it was such a vital part of the match. Well done, Jeff, for keeping his composure.
I think we probably would have seen the best 9-darter ever under pressure had that have gone in. I can't recall a 9-darter being under so much pressure. It would have been amazing for that to have gone in.
What observations of the way Jeff conducted himself all weekend in the semi-final yesterday?
He's been a breath of fresh air, to be honest. He's such a likeable guy as well, but the way he's gone about it, I mean, he's brought a new level to the game using the board. I mean, how many times has he a big score and then used treble 17? Because he's thinking at the end of the leg. He's thinking about the 170 finishes, and he's planning each leg as he goes along, and it's lovely to see.
OK, let's get another scoreline prediction now, because coming up here on BT Sport on Wednesday, it's the Barclays Premier League match between Liverpool side. Whatever the result tonight will give Jeff Smith memories he'll just never forget. But the Canadian already has a particular Lakeside memory that really sticks in his mind.
It's got to be John Park. I remember it playing as a 19-year-old back at our Canadian Nationals, watching him in that final.
But that's it. That is it.
He was incredible, and it brought basically our country to life, thinking that somebody can actually do this.
We have an overseas champion for the first time ever.
Very close to the final now. Scott Waits and Jeff Smith will throw for the 2016 BDO World Darts Championship title in a few minutes' time. First, the 7 sets the winner. The lakeside is packed. The atmosphere is building. Just before the players make their grand entrance, congratulations to Trina Gulliver, who for the 10th time is the Women's World Darts Champion.
Last couple of years it's been won by Lisa Ashton. Not this time. Is it going to be the old champion? Or will Dita Hedman at the age of 56 get her hands on that famous trophy for the first time? Double 20 would leave double 19. Good dart for the set. Oh, brilliant. How about that 118 with a double 19 finish? Dita looks on a mission, and she's a set up. Treble 20, the first dart she was looking for. Now treble 19 to leave double 8. Great dart, double 8 for a 133 checkout. And the set. What a finish that was. Now, she tries to compose herself again. She's taken it, and now leads by 2 sets to 1. In pursuit of the prize she's never taken before. She's now a set away from being the champion.
Here we go again. To take us to a deciding set. It's going to have to be double 5 again. It is double 5 again. It is 2 sets all, and we are going all the way. The Golden Girl, can she find the Midas touch once again?
The title number 10. 2 tops is all it requires. Do with her eyes closed in practice. A bit different now. Double 18 with that 3. This for the title. Can she take it out? She can, and she does! Trina Gulliver, at the age of 46, is the champion once more. A champion for a record 10th time. Emotional scenes here at the lakeside as Trina Gulliver rolls back the years and is champion once again. And she is our 2016 Women's Lakeside Champion.
Well, it's a great sporting triumph, but also it's a great personal triumph because Trina and her family have had to overcome a few very difficult years, and the 10th world title looked very unlikely. Like a true champion, she did it, and after the victory she spoke to Rashmi.
Trina, you were a legend before you even came into this tournament. How does it feel to win that perfect 10?
It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. You know, I can't describe it really. I'm just so chuffed.
The last few years have been tough for you on and off the circuit. Was there ever a time that you gave up hope of winning that 10th title?
Yeah, I did. You know, and it's. You know, I've got that fire back in my belly now, and so everything's going well, touch wood, she says.
Just a word on Dita. You've both been on this circuit for so many years. How fine a competitor was she tonight for you?
Well, she's, you know, Dita's playing out of her skin, but this stage seems to elude her for some reason, but it's a very, very hard game. I knew it was going to be a battle right from the start, so, but yeah, she's a great competitor.
Well, this stage hasn't eluded you on 10 occasions. Where do you go from here? Are you gunning for an 11th?
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah, so I'll look forward to next year as well. I'm just going to enjoy this moment at this point in time.
You absolutely deserve to. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Do you think 11 and 12, 13 titles is possible now? Because a few years ago it looked like it wasn't.
The confidence she's going to get from this is going to be amazing. I mean, she's one tough lady, and who knows, the sky's the limit with her now.
Dita Hedman has 91 BDO titles, but she's never won the world title, finishing just desertedly yesterday. Dita will come back, and will Dita be a world champion one day?
I see no reason why not. I mean, it's not that she goes away from here and then her game drops off. It doesn't at all. Sometimes it probably goes even better for the first few months to prove to people that maybe she should have won it. It's just when she comes here, there seems to be a little, I don't know, there's just a little apprehension about her, and you can see it in her throw in the closing stages.
How about the standard of women's darts? Because the Lakeside every year is a reference point, and you can take stock. The standard gone up again, Tony?
It's been going up steadily for the last 10, 12 years. Since the girls got the television coverage they deserved, there's more players on tour now. Most of the girls are sponsored, and there's a lot of money coming to the ladies' game recently, and you see now 200-300 girls who are sponsored playing on these big events abroad.
What do you say, Scott?
Well, I agree with Tony that the standard, the bar's been raised a little, but Trina's always been at that standard, but she's had nobody around her. Now there's 8 or 10 of them doing what she was doing, and that's been the difference. The depth of quality is coming right through now, as Tony says, as the game's progressing with the TV coverage.
Right, we are moments away now from the men's final. Let's hear from both players, Jeff Smith and Scott Waits.
Being world champion, it's sort of like a surreal feeling. Everybody wants to win the world championship. To come back and to have the hunger and want to win it again. I've got the hunger and I want to win it again.
Scott's won this before. This is all brand new to me, and I can't approach it any different. He's going to do what he does, and I'm going to do what I do, and we'll see what happens in the end.
Jeff Smith, he's not done a lot wrong again this year. He's come over, he's thrown well, he's scoring were great, and his doubles have been pretty good.
Scott never gives up. He never will. He's a guy that you're going to have to be on the top of your toes, and if you're not, you're going to lose a match. So if you give him any reason to beat you, he's going to beat you. This is huge, not just for me, but it's for all of North America back home. Everybody's rooting on. I'm getting messages like crazy. To be in a world final, it's unreal.
All my friends want me to win. The crowd out there, I think they've been on my side all week. I think they expect me to win. I'm hoping I can go up there and give them a display to remember.
I've won this world championship 200 times in my career, and that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's how I practice. If you take it any lighter than that, you know you'll never have a chance to do it. So I am a dreamer. I'll believe every single time I go out there, and I never give up, and I never will.
I believe that every competition I play in, I can win. I think that every dart player should believe in that. If not, they shouldn't be playing the darts. I will have my name on that trophy for a second time, and no matter what the score is, never ever write me off, because I'll be coming back no matter what happens.
Well, the two players, both have been terrific players this week. The winner of 20 BDO titles, including the Lakeside title, and the winner too of the cross-governing body event, the Grand Slam. It's acknowledged that England's Scott Waits is one of the top players in darts. But as the sport's popularity continues to grow worldwide, Jeff Smith's flying the flag for Canada, and whatever level of prestige it has, tell you what, I've no idea, holding the Las Vegas Open title as Jeff does looks good on the CV. They've never met each other, but I guess with Jeff spending so much time in Canada, not on the BDO European circuit, that's not such of a surprise. Being the Las Vegas champion has a ring about it, doesn't it, for Jeff? It just is a great title to hold, I think.
Showbiz.
Okay, key factors that influence the result. Let's talk about Jeff first of all.
Well, his finishing's been awesome, and as I've said before, he uses the whole board right from the first start of the tournament, and his finishing's awesome, and you can never rule him out. If he's got a shot at it, he's got a chance. I
think the words we've been using this week are cool, calm and clinical. Would you go along with that?
Yeah, definitely. I think he showed that last night at 2-2 in the tie-break, that he was cool when everybody else would have been shaking like a leaf around him. He stayed cool and got the job done.
Going back to that point we made before of the fact that Scott had an easy day yesterday, is it an issue that you sort of have to go to the well day after day? And there was a lot of... It was dramatic last night, very dramatic.
Of course, pressure's a big thing, and he had a couple of tough games for that, but he looked so cool. They both look so cool.
Now, how about Scott Waits? We know he's a top player, and is there a key factor you think that might take the result his way, Scott?
I think just that little bit of experience, not that's in Scott's mind, it'll be in Jeff's mind.
Tony, what do you think of it from Scott's point of view? Could he run away with this?
I don't think he'll run away with it. It'll be a lot closer than my final with him. I don't think it'll be 7-1 tonight. I think it'll be a close game. But again, Scott's done the same routine this week. He's been down to the local working men's club. And knowing Scott, he's probably got his membership card for the affiliated club, so that's to get threatened off a pint. But he's done the same thing. I spoke to him at breakfast, and he was heading off at 9:30 down to the club to practice. And that's what he did the year he won it, and he's done it again.
Yeah, he was there this morning. He was telling me before. They're very, very early. Well, we are just about all set. Here we go. It's just a great ticket to have. Early January and whatever Sunday it falls, a ticket for the final of the BDO World Darts Championship is worth getting hold of. The match is moments away. Welcome back to the Lakeside Country Club, and here we go. We will see the agony and the elation as Scott Waits and Jeff Smith take aim for the title and ride waves of emotion.
Waits poised, and there it is! And he's beat Glenn Durrant.
The silencer will not go quiet. Wolfie blown away.
The champion has been dethroned.
Scott's running hot. Divorce lost his form. One of the biggest sporting U-turns you will ever see.
That's brilliant!
Today belongs to Scott Waits. Oh! Wow! We have a Canadian finalist again.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's throw time! Brought to you by the British Darts Organisation, this is the 2016 Lakeside World Championship Final. Marco Mayer is your referee as we begin the 13-set finale here at the home of World Darts, the Lakeside! We now introduce to the stage the reigning British Classic champion, a former Winmore World Masters, Grand Slam of Darts and Lakeside World Champion. It's England's Scotty Too Hotty, Scott Waits! Open champion, a semi-finalist here at Lakeside last year, playing in his first BDO World Championship final. From Canada, the silencer, Jeff Smith!
Break pattern 369 and the first country ship, Vassos Alexander and George Riley.
What an atmosphere. A kaleidoscope of colour. 9 days of absorbing theatre at this iconic venue comes down to this. Scott Waits, champion 3 years ago, and back it seems to his best. A couple of remarkable fight-back wins on his route to the final. Scott is the odds-on favourite. His opponent, though, the unseeded Jeff Smith. The silencer, making real noise at Lakeside this week. Quiet, unassuming, and crucially, alluringly accurate. A thrilling semi-final winner over Richard Veenstra, clinched with a 10-darter. England-Canada, Waite v Smith, first to 7, takes the title.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2016 Lakeside World Championship Final. First set, first luck. It's got the throw first. Game on.
So the players are up for it. The fans, as you can hear, well, they're well up for it. We're up for it, aren't we, George? And we hope you are too. First to 7 sets for a silver cup and 100 grand. And let's just hope this is as exciting as Jeff Smith's semi-final last night.
131.
Scott Waits with a dart
114.
in this first set.
And well placed already. Look at this.
114.
Into his stride early, Scott Waits. He's been here before, he's been in a final, he's won a final. Only lost 5 sets
100
throughout the 2013 World Championship. And he's on a finish. Treble 20 would have left bullseye, but he will be back
56.
because Jeff Smith can't check out 210 with 3 darts.
Yes, no sniff for Smith here, but this is pressure.
140. Scott requires 72.
Treble 12 perhaps for double 18. 20 in tops. First dart at a double.
Yeah, that's game shot
there it
the
is.
first line. Scott Waits. Second line is Jeff to throw first. Game on.
Tell you what, this match will be played at a cracking pace. Both players like to get on with it, and that just makes for a terrific watch.
Yes, we saw that with Smith and Veenstra last night. Brilliant contest. 2 players racing through it.
16.
As for Waits, in his semi-final, he was 5-0 up over Jamie Hughes in 46 minutes.
Yeah, he won it 6-1.
61.
Smith won 6-5. Checking out with a 10-dart leg. If you're new to darts, 9 darts is the perfect leg. It involves
114.
2 maximum 180s to start, and then a 141 finish usually, but it hasn't been seen here for some time. 1990 the last time.
100.
We did think Smith would do it to reach the final. 10's not shabby, let me tell you.
Yes, he wasn't far off.
97.
So Scott Waits, the champion of 3 years ago, had shoulder trouble, made the decision to have surgery on that shoulder, and he's back to throwing something like his best darts. Said it's the best decision he's ever made.
87.
You can just see the freedom in the throw, which wasn't there last year.
44. Jeff, you require 153.
To hold throw, treble 20. Not this time, Jeff.
91. Scott, you require 160.
For an early break. Perfect start.
96. Jeff, you require 62.
Pressure on this then. Treble 10 first, to leave 2 darts at double 16. Well, he's done the first bit, and he's done the second.
Line. Jeff Smith. Third line is going to throw first. Game on.
Well, Scott Waits is the 2-5 on favourite. But I tell you what, it could be a lot closer than that.
100.
If they both carry on checking out like that. 72 taken out by Waits. Smith taking out his first look at 62. Waits has had a 158 this week.
55.
So if you haven't been with us all week, a word about Jeff Smith. He, in the past year, since he came here on debut and reached the semi-finals last year, he's bought his own business, a car restoration business. Loves cars, hence the nickname, the Silencer.
45.
And the fact that he's, you know, it's his name now above the shop means that he's much more relaxed financially. He can devote more time to his darts, which means that he's happier on the hockey, he says, and he just has an aura about him. He has done all week. Came over on his own from Canada, and he's just gone about his business quietly.
And a big leg this from Jeff Smith.
170.
Well, he's been doing that already. No doubters around Jeff Smith now. Treble 20 leaves a shot at bullseye.
98.
Tell you what, though, when he comes back, he'll have a chance to break the Waits throw.
44. Jeff, you require
I spoke
72.
to him half an hour or so ago, and he said, I know I'm going to win this. 16 for tops, for a break of throw.
52.
He will be back.
Dominant leg of darts from the Canadian, but he's got to take it out.
99. Jeff, you require 20.
2 10s then.
Yeah, that's game short in the third line.
Hardly missed a double 10
4-9 is Jeff to throw
in 11 sets of darts last night. Actually, while we're talking about Jeff Smith, he did ask me to say a big hello to Jessica, who's 8, and Natasha, who's 11, who will be watching
60.
this while having lunch with Mum Rachel. Girls, Daddy says you don't have to eat your broccoli tonight. Also hello to son Kieran, who's 22. And that maximum is for all of you watching back home in Canada.
100.
Well placed to strike first. That was a loose one, though.
140.
That's better from Scott Waits. Smith throwing for the first set. First to 7, remember, for the title.
59.
He's left what we call Shanghai when he comes back. Jeff Smith. Oh, yes.
77. Jeff Gilligan, 120.
For the set, but under pressure. Needed to treble.
100.
So to break back,
Scott 24.
Double 12 for 2-2.
Yeah, this King Song in the fourth line. Scott Waits.
Absolutely no mistake. Shaping up nicely.
4 darts from 201. Nicely done. Just when we thought Jeff Smith was about to take out the first set against the darts. So the lakeside here, venue for the World Darts, is Bob Potter's domain. Became the title sponsor a few years ago.
140.
And there's Daniela and Oliver. Daniela was 13 a few days ago. and Will, I'm told.
60.
Their friend.
Now it's Waite's turn to throw for set number 1.
134.
Going about it nicely, isn't he?
Scott to require 131.
Treble 20 for treble 13.
91.
He'll be back.
With double top for the set. Wants 100 at least to put him under pressure.
60.
Doesn't get it.
Scott to require 14. Yeah,
and there is the first set.
Scott Waite.
For Scott Waite.
Second set, first out is Jeff the first, game on.
He hasn't missed a double yet. Scott.
57.
Not bad from either player.
140.
Those checkout stats going into the match. Jeff over 5 matches and Scott over 4, averaging
57.
As you can see, 43 and 45%, which is very tidy. Mentioned Jeff's played an extra match. In fact, they've both lost the same number of sets on their way to the final, 8. Scott's been involved in a couple of real ding-dong matches. Had to come back from 4-2 down to win his quarter-final, 4-3, or 5-4, I'm sorry, and came 3-0 down in round 2 against Gert de Vos to win that 4-3. Until his semi, Jeff had it much easier.
100.
Good switch.
81.
Scoring's deserted him just for the last leg or two. Jeff Smith.
Yeah, his average has dipped under 90 now. Waits
99.
still in the mid-90s.
And on a finish against the darts.
94. Scott to require 132.
Well, he's trying to G himself up, Jeff Smith. Not quite there at the moment. Good dart. Just checking with our referee, Marco Meyer.
92. Jeff, you require 152.
So 2 treble 20s and a double 16 if he's to hold his throw. Not this time. So, well, Scott, the way he's been finishing,
65.
You wouldn't
Scott
expect Jeff to be back.
40.
3 out of 3 so far. Is it going to be 4 of 4? It isn't. Double 10. Starting to miss.
30. Jeff, you require 87.
$20 for Bullseye. Bullseye he needs to hold his throw.
62. Scott, you require 10.
Surely not.
5.
Well, well.
Jeff, you require 25.
3 hit in a row and then 6 misses in a row, double 8. He was nowhere, but he's won the leg.
Jeff Smith. Second leg, it's Scott the throw first. Game on.
What a big bonus that is for the Canadian.
He's fuming with himself, you can see. Scott Waits
100.
forced those next 3 darts towards the treble. Smith with a little look saying, well, I didn't expect that, but I'll take it.
96. $100.
Jeff Smith won 3 titles since we last saw him in the semi-finals last year in Las Vegas, in St. John, Port City, and in which city?
97.
Scott won the British Classic last year, his 20th ranking title.
114.
John Lowe, Eric Bristow, Jockey Wilson, Phil Taylor,
114.
Van Barneveld, Hankey, Adams have all won this more than once. Here's Scott Waite's going to be added to that list.
64. Scott requires 64.
Treble 16. Or 16 for tops now. Or 20 for double 18 if you prefer. Oh, double 8 is left.
48. Jeff Uruguay 141.
Either way, chance for Jeff. Treble 16 for double 18. No.
121.
All right, Scott, you don't want to miss 2 many more.
What's happening, Scott?
Yeah, that's King Saul in the second line.
Needed that.
Scott wins.
Calm down, Scotty. Might not be a bad idea.
Well, she'd missed 9 in a row before that dart hit the double 2.
95.
It was just assuming crisis proportions.
Seeded 9, Scott Waits this year on his 9th lakeside appearance. The lowest, actually, he's been in any of those years.
$58.
I think the shoulder problem has something to do with that.
Absolutely.
$100.
Oh, come on, he said to himself mid-throw, and it worked. He found the treble. Under a bit of pressure here, Jeff Smith wants to hold his throw.
58.
Big score here from Scott. And he's basically nicked the darts.
122.
That'll do it.
Really forces those darts into the treble bed, Scott Waits. Here goes Jeff.
100.
Those piercing eyes. The concentration from the Canadian.
77.
Yeah, that's a better shot.
Yeah.
$41. Scott Uruguay 102.
To break the throw. Bull, maybe treble 14. Double 16 he's left.
Yeah,
oh, yes! How about that?
Scott Waits. 4 rackets, Scott to throw first. Game on.
Throwing for a 2-set lead now, Scott Waits. There will be a break after 3 sets, after 6 sets, and if we go that far, after 9 sets. And what a start from Scott Waits, his first maximum of the match.
Wonderful from Waits.
100.
Well, he's playing well. He had that very odd patch, those 9 missed doubles in a row.
100.
But either side of that, that's the kind of stuff he's been producing all week.
$83.
Jeff's scoring just in the last 4 legs has been letting him down.
99.
Took the first leg of this set, but he was given it, really. $96. Scott Uruguay 122.
for a 2-set lead. Treble 18 leaves a shot. It's not in, it would have left bullseye.
54.
Nothing Jeff can do though, back at 2-2-2. Needs a big visit, not to get it.
46. Scotland requires 68.
Double 18 then.
32.
There's one set dart, but he'll have more. And this is for a set against the darts for Scott Waits. Early problems for
60.
Jeff Smith.
Scotland require 36.
Double 18 for a 2-set lead.
Yeah, there's Game Show.
There we
in
go.
the second set. Scott Waits.
Come on, he says.
Third set, first line.
Scott's running hot early.
Game on.
Now can Smith stop the rot? 2-0.
Such a good front runner, Scott Waits. But as we've seen this week, he's not too shabby
60.
when he looks like he's almost out.
Well, those comeback wins. Again, Skirt to Voss in round 2 and Glenn Durrant in the quarter-final. Absolutely stunning. There we are. Second of the match for Scott Waits. Third overall.
86. $41.
And he's throwing quick. He's almost like he wants to capitalise on this purple patch. He knows he's in. Wants to just keep rolling with it and seeing the scoreboard
82.
stick over, because it doesn't always last.
And he'll know that there's a break after 3 sets, and Jeff Smith a couple of times this week has looked like he's struggling, and every time he's had a couple of minutes to compose himself backstage, he's come back a different player. Long way back though, 3-0.
171. Scotland require 95.
3 perfect darts from Smith to leave 102, but it could be too little too late. 13 for double 16. Oh,
yes! In the first line. Scott Waits. Second line is Jeff to throw first. Game on.
He's enjoying himself, isn't he, up there?
45. $137.
But when you're playing like this, you feel like you own the place. There's a real swagger from Waits at the moment.
$76.
Well, Jeff Smith came here last year for the first time, having qualified through the North American ranking system and reached the semi-finals. It's why he's back this year. All 4 semi-finalists invited back.
93.
And he reached the semis, which was kind of his aim, and he was whitewashed 6-0 by Scott Mitchell. This year, his aim was to reach the final. He told his
41.
family, if I reach the final, you're coming back with me next year. I won't have to fly on my own. And the thing is, let's hope for his sake
59.
I'm wrong, but just maybe he's done what he came here to do, and a little switch in mindset, sometimes difficult to run away from.
I think that's probably what we saw from Jamie Hughes, wasn't it? Speaking to him, that run to the semi-final, that was mission accomplished, and he ended up going out 6-1 to Waits.
44.
It's early on, but this has the feel of a crucial set of darts.
$137.
Big visit.
100. Jeff, you require 102.
Get well soon, Kerry. Double 18, needs to hit this. Oh,
yes! Game short in the second line. Jeff Smith.
Oh, needed that, a 102.
Third landed, Scott to throw first. Game on.
We've seen one from both players now.
Boy, did he need that, Jeff Smith. He's only thrown 7 darts at a double, compared to 18 for Waits. It's a loose one. That's more like it.
125.
That was his first dart at a double in 5 legs, and his first successful dart at a double in 8.
136.
Oh, what a good leg of darts this is so far.
Just asking a couple of questions now on the Waits throw.
16.
If he can keep asking those questions, he might have a chance to break. He needs to break if he's going to win this set, Jeff Smith.
100.
And he's first to a finish.
Good response though from Scott Waits, waiting on 65 if this doesn't go.
56. Scott requires 65.
To nudge ahead once more. Leaves double top. No mistake.
Scott Waits.
He's punishing every error from Smith.
Smith's just not finding the trebles. He's not getting the chances to hit those doubles. Scott's loving it. One more leg, and he leads by 3-0 in a race to 7.
95.
Has to string some good darts together
60.
here, Jeff Smith. And that's only a 60. So Waits can pressure the throw. He'll come down for 19.
59.
Oh. Smith off the hook.
For the time being.
$100.
It's been a fabulous week of fancy dress.
96.
Didn't quite get that.
$60.
Should be first to a finish and is Scott Waits. Against the darts, remember.
Good finish as well. 126. Options on the 19s. So what can Smith take out of 195?
41.
Oh no.
Scott to require 126.
Not enough, really. So a treble now leaves the bull. Yes, bullseye for a 3-set lead for Waits.
101. Jeff, you require 154.
You might have to take this out, Jeff. Great start. That would have left tops.
95. Scott, you require 25.
So this for 3-0. Smith can't watch. Because Waits is doing that. It's a 3-0 lead. Scott Waits in firm control. The silence have been silenced. 3-0 in a race to 7.
Major cause for concern for Jeff Smith. The Scott Waits racing into a 3-sets lead. Scott Mitchell, Antonio Shea. We'll talk about the early exchanges when we return to the Lakeside.
Not that far behind. Scott's finishing dropped a little bit. He had a chance there. He should have took it.
Right, let's get back to Vassos and George.
One-way traffic so far, but there's time. Best of 13, first to 7. 3-0, the lead for Scott Waits.
Fourth set, first arc is Jeff to throw first. Game on.
Good evening, Tone.
Good evening, how are you, sunshine?
Very good.
Enjoying it?
43.
I'm loving it. What did you make of those first 3 sets?
Yeah, slow. Some very good high shots. But overall,
25.
Consistency, it's good.
He's got to find something, though, to turn the tide, the Canadian.
121.
Has that break come at the right time for him? Because he was being bullied up there.
Yeah, I think he needs to speed
74.
up. He seems to have slowed down and trying to be more precise where he should be fluent. That's one. There we go.
140.
Okay, there's the result. Taking charge now of this leg.
60.
Is Jeffrey.
Yep, good return from the break from Jeff Smith, and it has to be. He'll be first to a finish, but what kind of finish?
65.
Perhaps not what he would have hoped for.
Well, 132. Not bad with 3 darts.
38. Jeff, you require 132.
Treble 20. Oh, he's gone for the ball.
92.
Double top left when he comes. Got Scotty on 204.
Yeah, way back.
41.
Oh, he just
Jeff,
threw the last
40.
one away in disgust. Smith for tops to strike first in the 4th set. Wasn't missing those last night. The final dart just slips as well. This time then,
Yeah,
yes.
this game's short in the first leg. Jeff Smith. Second leg is Scott to throw first. Game on.
Be feeling a little bit better about himself
87.
now.
The first leg of this set. He's put in some performances up though this week, as Jeff.
Yes, the semi-final victory over Richard Veenstra will be the highlight of his week,
59.
unless, of course, he can turn this one around. That was stunning stuff.
Yeah, Veenstra, from the Netherlands.
140.
Smith though, 6 darts, 240 scored.
We do often see it.
140.
Along comes a break in play, and suddenly there's a momentum shift.
57.
There's Larry Butler, talking to him last night, asked him if he was in the ADO team that I played in, and yes,
100.
and we had a good drink together. Lovely man.
So Waits
Scott, you require 115.
to hold throw. He's going to start up top, I think, here. Yeah, perfect dart. 19s now to leave double 18 for a 115.
97.
Not this
Jeff, you
time.
require 104.
Okay, trouble 17 maybe. 17. It's double 18.
84.
A miss apiece.
Scott Uruguay 18.
At double 18. So both on 9s.
The last score from Jeff was 86.
Marco might just
Scott
clarify.
Uruguay 18.
Scott questioning the call. First start goes awry, as does the second. Can he force this one in? Yes, he can.
That's game short in the second round. Scott Williams. Third leg is Jeff to throw first. Game on.
Been great, the crowds this week. Giving them the best of order all the way through. It makes the game run smoothly.
100.
Always a terrific atmosphere. Hardly ever any trouble either.
Well,
Here
I
for a party.
I haven't seen any in 32 years.
100.
Seriously, nobody's been thrown out. Been stretchered out. But no, it's a joke.
No joke for Smith at the moment. Another max from Scotty Waits. Third of the match, 17th of the tournament.
140.
Good response.
Yeah, Jeff, ton 140. 161 finish with 3 darts.
100. Jeff Uruguay 161.
Treble 20, of course. Went for the 19s. It went for the ball there.
Scott Uruguay 121.
This for a break of throw. Treble 17 for bullseye now. A reprieve
97.
for Smith.
Jeff Uruguay 18.
This is going to have to go, you sense. 20 leaves tops. Double top. Can he sneak around
40.
that? No.
Scott Uruguay 24.
Well, he's hitting his doubles. Double 12 he needs. Still 2 darts to go. Hit the barrel there. Double 6. Smith licking his fingers.
No score.
And it's coming back.
Jeff Uruguay 40.
He didn't expect to be back. This has to go. Double 10. Double 5. These can be horrible.
Yeah, let's keep short of the
But he
final.
nails it.
Chestnut.
And breathes a sigh of relief.
Forward leg, it's got the throw first. Game on.
Yeah, it sprung to life.
60.
Only 60.
Well, this dart tone, that one, a treble, dart number 32,000 of the week.
140.
Who's putting that together?
You're not seeing my notepad.
No, brilliant that. 32,000. Does that include the one
60.
I don't think that went through the official scorers.
$140.
What did you hit?
Out the board. Scotty 161 after 9 darts.
100. Scott Uruguay 161.
Treble 20. Treble 17. 84 left.
137.
Okay. Double 12 when he comes back.
Yeah, treble 17 would have left ball, but not to worry, Smith's way off.
55. Scott Uruguay 24.
Couple of 12s for 2-2.
Yeah, that's game short on the fourth leg. Scott Williams.
Throws up his hands and says, it's easy, isn't it?
Jeff to throw first.
Easy this
Game on.
game when you throw like that.
Okay, back in the groove. Jeff Smith.
100.
It's 2-2 in legs. Who's going to take the set?
What a big leg of darts this is.
57.
The difference between a 4-set or 2-set deficit for the Canadian. Look at the focus, willing them in.
60.
But only 60.
4-4-4. That's the score.
47.
Bad visit again from Scott Waits. Smith off the hook there.
Yeah, he's having a few loose starts, is Scotty. Man, he's finishing well. That's the main thing.
140.
Great couple of darts these. Oh, what a visit.
74.
Not a finish now. No finish for
57.
Scott either.
Real pressure on the throw. Smith cannot afford to go 4-0 down, but he's under pressure.
Whoa.
Look at this from Scott Waits.
144.
Gonna have to get this, Jeff. It's not gonna happen.
60.
43.
43.
Against the darts for a 4-0 lead. Double 16 for a hammer blow. 2 8s.
Yeah, that's getting short in the fourth set.
It's 4-0 Waits. And real problems for Jeff Smith. It was there for him.
Fifth set, first leg. It's got the throw first. Game on.
What do you do now, Tony? How do you turn this around if you're Jeff Smith?
Well, play like he has
60.
been playing earlier in the championship, because no one could touch him. But like I said, it's when you're in the final, you want to be there, but suddenly it goes.
60.
And that's what's happened with Jeff at the moment.
100.
Well, he's not there to give up, Jeff Smith. The question is whether
81.
Scott Waits will give him a chance to fight back.
The thing is, George, he's been the star of the week.
100.
You come to this situation in the final, obviously you think you've done your work, but you haven't.
Oh dear.
22.
Dear, oh dear.
He's rushing along now. Luckily enough, Scotty, oh mind you, is it the trouble with the second dart?
76.
From Bones.
Muttering to himself, Jeff Smith from Canada. John Part in 1994, the only Canadian
85.
to lift that famous silver trophy.
No outshot for either player.
$48.
He looks confused at the moment as to where on earth his game has gone, Jeff Smith.
135.
That's more like it.
Scott to require 117.
Options, treble 20, leaves 97. We'll see. 17. Double top.
77. Jeff you require 118.
So millimetres away from a 117. How about a 118? Treble 20 leaves a shot at top. He's given himself a chance here.
78.
Just can't get a break at the moment.
Scotty on that double. It's double top. He's the one that's hitting them. One to go.
20.
Chances for Jeff Smith.
Jeff you require 40.
Double top. Listen at the cheers for Jeff.
Yeah, that's game shown in the first line. Jeff Smith.
First time out of 5.
Second line is Jeff to throw first. Game on.
An opportunity he didn't expect. 3 missed darts at tops from Scott Waits. And those are the chances that Smith has to take if he's to have any kind of glimmer of producing a real story here.
59.
In honesty, he has been the star of the week. That match against Ventry, absolutely wonderful.
96.
And blocking that treble now. Managed to get that one.
100.
Very slim darts.
Down for 19s.
96.
Yep, that's pretty much how Jeff's feeling at the moment.
Is it a dummy?
$114.
I tell you what, the money they spend buying the outfits, it's unbelievable.
99.
Not about 9 days, is it for fancy dress shops?
Well, I went and they were shut.
16.
Got a finish here.
110.
110 for 2-0. Oh dear. Treble 19 would have left bullseye.
17. Scott
Okay.
Turigua, 142.
Treble 20 to leave 82. Yes. Treble 20. It's double 11. Oh!
120.
The fraction.
Jeff Turigua, 14.
Back for tops, Jeff Smith. No. One at double 10. Oh dear.
Scott Turigua, 22.
Okay, Scott. Take it away. It's double 11.
Yeah, let's game short in the second line. Scott Wade.
Levels this set.
Third line gets Scott to throw first. Game on.
A break of throw. Oh, hello.
114.
15 140 plus visits from Scott Waits, 4 maximums.
16.
Power play from Scotty. And Jeff. No answer it yet. It's been broken 5 times.
25.
That's a lot.
That wasn't a good visit from Scott Waits. What on earth was that, he says to himself.
22.
Oh, that's even worse. All right, let's forget about those 6 darts.
Yeah. Let them spring back to life. Here it goes.
100.
Yes. Yes. Yes! At last!
Second of the match from Jeff Smith.
45.
Not a bad time to do it. Needs a treble.
57.
Oh, just can't string them together.
This is no finish. 71 left.
159.
32 Scott Waits. No outshot. For Jeff
100.
Smith.
Scott Turigua, 32.
For a 2-1 lead, 5th set.
Yeah,
No mistake.
Short in the third line. Scott Waits.
He knows he's botting this, Scott Waits.
Game on.
And the silencer looks absolutely rattled.
18.
Good cover shot. For its legs he needs.
Absolutely imperative for Smith
100.
to hold. But another ton for Waits. Such a powerful presence on the hockey. And he's owning it at the moment. Needed that, Jeff.
That's going to help. But he's relentless, this Scotty.
100.
He is really going to town.
$140.
Yeah, 240s then for Jeff Smith.
First to a finish as well. He's going to have at least 6 at it as well.
40. Jeff Uruguay 141.
Treble 20 to start. 15s. Would have left double 18. No pressure from the throw off Scott Waits though.
No, nothing doing there, 261. But Shanghai for Jeff. Sorry, 21.
42. Jeff Uruguay 21.
Yes, 21 for 2-2. Leaves himself double 8.
Yeah,
no mistake this time. 2-2.
Fifth leg, it's Scott the throw first. Game on.
He's really getting the applauses, Jeff. Not had much of it.
Well, they want a contest here.
96.
They don't want to see either player get battered. If it goes 5-0, well, you fear for Smith, you really do. You do at the moment at 4-0, let's be honest.
Just getting back a little bit of form.
$95.
Write that name down, Tony.
97.
Neck and neck. You sense there could be a big moment coming in the next minute or so.
140.
And there it is. 170 finish. And he'll be going for it, no doubt.
60. Scott Uruguay 170.
Well, it's the big one, but he's got 6 starts at it for a 5-set lead. Great start.
98.
Well, not very good finish for Scott Waits. So Jeff still has a chance here. But that's a loose start. He wants another treble.
87. Scott Uruguay 72.
Treble 12. Yes, double 18. Still space.
36. Jeff Uruguay 157.
Take it away, Jeff. Come on.
Needs this. Needs it badly. Not going to get it. So Waits.
57.
Waits.
Scott Uruguay 36.
36. Double 18. To move even further clear in this world final. Both way off. Surely he's not going to let Smith back in. 1 from 8 on 18s.
Yeah, let's get so
no mistake that time. It's 5-star darts.
6-set first line.
Off the dot from Scott.
Game on.
And he leads 5-0.
He's got problems now.
100.
Yes, there it is.
I don't think anyone would have anticipated this, the way Jeff Smith has been
16.
throwing this week, and the way he conducts himself around the venue, looks after himself, goes and practices quietly in the room, out the back, not in the busy players bar, keeps himself
16.
to himself, and it's worked for him. He's done nothing different, and suddenly look at this, 0-5.
Yeah, very likeable lad
27.
as well.
Well, most of the players knocked out
81.
early have hung around. Wesley Harms has not missed a session of darts.
Some player Wesley is
100
from Holland.
He's very watchable, isn't he? Like these two. Plays the great game in thrilling
16.
fashion.
Not enough, Jeff. It's left 200.
There are youth finalists.
They're smiling.
Well, we've got another break after
78.
This set of darts. And if Smith doesn't get going, he's going to go backstage already.
140.
From defeat.
Chef Curicua 122.
He's got a chance here. It's a loose start. Well, that's 60.
82. Scott Curicua 94.
But headaches, 94 wanted for Scotty. Treble 18. No, he's gone for the ball. Good thinking. Knows Jeff's on double top. Yeah, we're listening to you, Scott.
$52.
Here we go.
Check 62. Check
Come on,
Curicua
Jeff.
40.
Everybody here wants you to get double top. Can you do it? Double 10. Yes, she can.
So in the first line, Jeff Smith. Second line, it's Scott to throw first. Game on.
Well done. But still can be punished. It's just this
60.
throw.
Only a hold from Jeff Smith, but he'll take whatever he can at the moment. Big one here would help things. There we go.
Okay, up and running.
Crowd on their
79.
feet, enjoyed that. 7th 180 of the match.
Good
leg of darts this from Jeff Smith.
Yeah, 180, 140. Scotty not in the running at this moment.
60.
A long way clear.
$65. $100. Chef Curicua 116.
Two treble 20s. Oh, sorry, good 19s. Tops.
96.
Doesn't always do what you anticipate, does he, Jeff Smith?
No, it's unusual.
I can guarantee you where he's going when he comes back.
44. Jeff Curicua 20.
Take it away then.
2 10s. Double 5. Doesn't like these.
50.
That's why.
Scott Curicua 158.
Well, this would hurt. Not this time. So Smith will be back.
94.
One
Jeff
double 2,
Curicua,
Jeff.
5.
Not a good finish. Single 1. Staring at double 2. Yes, he's done it.
Short in the second line. Jeff Smith.
Well done, Jeff.
Third line gives Jeff to throw first. Game on.
It's the first time he has led any sets 2 legs to 0 in this world final.
60. $100.
That is Sylvia Lynn, 100 years old, a few days ago. Happy birthday.
60.
Love to see a Centurion. You don't see many.
95. 16.
360s.
Yeah.
Usual.
Not the best leg from Jeff.
100.
And he's got to be careful here, Tony. Okay, 2 legs the lead, but this is the throw to close out the set. A weights break. Suddenly, it could be 2-2.
Yeah, he's not doing that well with it.
138.
So finish for Scott. No outshot here at the moment for Jeff. Needs to get into that treble to leave a decent finish.
16. Scott, you requires 68.
Just can't find the consistency of scoring, Jeff Smith. That's a loose one. So 19 now would leave tops. Double top to break back.
28. Jeff,
What
you
was that, he
requires
said?
161.
Treble 20. Oh, treble 19. He's gone for the 18s. But he still wants the ball.
Look at that!
Yes! Yes! 1-6-1. Ball shot. What a way to do it. Look at him here. They're applauding that man from Canada. And he deserves it.
161.
The fourth set was a hammer blow, the fifth set a power driver for Jeff, but the Lakeside's erupted. He's on the board. Will that 161 spark an incredible recovery? Welcome back to the Lakeside with the state of play in the 2016 BDO World Darts Championship final is that Scott Waits leads Jeff Smith 5-1. First to 7, the winner. And the significance of that 1-6-1 at the conclusion of that final set has to be discussed. Tony O'Shea, Scott Mitchell, a lifeline, but we're clutching at straws.
Well, obviously that big finish has upset not just Scott Waits, but Scott Mitchell as well. But obviously he needed to take that out, otherwise we'd have just been here for another few minutes.
That means the highest checkout has been shared, and it's cost you £2,500, I think, that 1-6-1. But it's got Jeff on the board, and the crowd went crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's been struggling, to be fair, and then to pop up with that, sometimes it can give you a bit of a boost, but I feel it's maybe a little bit late in the game for that, and the break again has come at the wrong time for him. He would wanted a bit of momentum off the back of that, and that's been stopped straight away with the break.
Look, it appears still that Scott won't have to wait long for the trophy. Let's look at the stats of the game so far, just to get your view on where things stand. So this is your territory, so what jumps out for you, Tony?
Well, to be honest, obviously the tournament averages are better than what they're playing today, but it's them early darts in each leg. They're both miles off. I mean, there's a 10-point difference. It's just the start of the legs, they're not giving themselves chances for the doubles.
Scott?
Yeah, I mean, and the double stats aren't particularly good, but it's just that Scott's given himself more chances by having a slightly higher average and getting there first. So, you know, there isn't anything between them when you look at those figures, but obviously the figures that matter are the 5-1 that are on the board.
Tony, we were discussing a few days ago that Jeff was on his own and having to problem solve without any help. He's got a little bit of help today, got a little bit of help, and he can turn to someone just to try and give him any sort of belief that he can turn this round.
Well, obviously Darren's a fantastic player, plays in the PDC, sniper there. He's been in there a couple of times with him, but I've not actually said anything, because he's not really had to, but you can see there he's trying to G him up in the background, talking to him while he was actually throwing during that break.
So I think Darren's going to have a word with him. Just explain to everyone at home who Darren is.
He's a PDC world-ranked player. He played in the recent World Championships. He's a very good player on the tour over in the PDC, yeah.
What will Scott be thinking now? Just be thinking, I want to get on with this now, get the check, get the trophy, go home. He doesn't want that set just to change the dynamic in any way.
Well, what he can't think is that it's over, Ray. You've still got 2 sets to go, and that's still quite a way. We've seen a few comebacks this week, some of them by Scott. So he won't be in any admission at the moment that he's won the game. He will be concentrating on that break. His friends will be telling him, you've got to come out, stop Jeff's momentum and take that first set.
It's not exactly the same situation. Phil Nixon. Do you remember Phil Nixon, 2007, 6-0 down, came back to 6-6 against Martin Adams. Didn't get the trophy, but he did get back in the game. Commentary change, John Rawling alongside Vassos Alexander.
So a big lead for Scott Waits, 5-1. First to 7 will be the winner. But Waits, we know, has been a comeback kid himself, and we've seen big comebacks in finals before. 2007, Martin Adams was leading 6-0 against the late Phil Nixon, and it went to 6-all before Adams clinched it. So, Scott Waits with the darts. He just needs 2 more sets, and he's home and dry to regain the title that he won in 2013.
New 100. Referee for the rest of this final. 2 sets or more. Anthony Dundas takes over. Proud moment for him.
100.
Now, just in case you're thinking this is definitely done and dusted, 2 things. Number 1, that 2007 final that you mentioned, John. And the other thing is, I was talking to Jeff just before this final, and he said, I know I will win, and I know I will win whatever the score. It will happen for me, whether it happens from 6-0 down, from 5-0 down. I know it's going to happen for me. It's just a case of when. That title has my name on it, he said.
Well, it's a good mindset, but he's got a lot to do. And Scott Waits has been getting the finishes when he needs them, and 5-1. It would be a mighty comeback if he were to come back and win this one.
That 1-6-1 before the break will have helped.
140.
And it is happening just now.
He's come back throwing well. Waits is on a finish, though, on the throw, 161. And 121 is a very makeable checkout, and Smith's going to have an opportunity to do that now.
45. Jeff, you require 121.
Treble 17 he's going for first, so treble 18 for Bull. No, can't take it out, so chance for Scott, and 116.
Scott, you require 116.
This is to hold his throw. He's under real pressure. He probably has to take this. Treble 20 would leave double 18 now.
98.
Missed it.
It's not been great on double 18s, Scott Waits. So, how about this? 2 more darts at double 16 for a break. 1 at double 8, must hit it. Does hit it.
That's a big dart, Vassos. Big dart for Smith, and he gets the first break. And the crowd delighted. They want to see a match. As ever, they've come in party mode.
45.
In their fancy dress. I've seen Star Wars characters. I've seen bananas. You name it, they're all out there. Fancy headdress.
125.
But above all, they want to see a quality darts match.
Don't we all?
100.
I know it's been said before during the week, but it really is good to see Scott Waits throwing well again after his injury problems
46.
and losing form completely over the last couple of years. It's good to see him back.
If you're just joining us, he had shoulder problem,
140.
which was hampering him. He had an operation and he feels 100% again.
It was the rotator cuff, is the technical term, and as anybody who's had that knows, it is mighty painful.
100.
Yep, back in the treble for Jeff Smith. He'll believe it's happening now.
140.
Come back looking good after this break. And Scott Waits, although he's 5-1 ahead, he still has to get to that finishing line. And Smith's on a finish now, 76 to go 2-0 up.
Has 6 darts at it if he needs them. Shouldn't think he will. Tops. Yes!
Yes, ice game shots on the second leg. Jeff Smith.
This is the Jeff Smith
throw first. Game on.
we've come to know and love.
Well, he's played so well, hasn't he, during the week? Very composed, and finishing has been what has really carried him through the tournaments. He's got big checkouts when he's needed them and seems so unflappable. If ever those qualities are going to be brought to the fore now, this has to be the moment.
83.
Let's see how Scott's throw holds up under a little bit of pressure. He's just lost
5 legs in a row. He's only had 2 darts at a double during those legs. It's not a bad response, is it?
No, solid 140. The old Tin Man's keeping well oiled there.
85.
Not much danger of him seizing up. The Waits fans, and there are plenty of them, just a little bit worried that their man has just gone off the boil a little here.
93.
Seen 1 or 2 of his mates around who I'd not seen since he won the Grand Slam in Wolverhampton back in 2010. That was a night.
60.
Wasn't a bad night when he won the World Championship 3 years ago.
No, absolutely not.
Utterly dominant that year.
He's a good player. He's got a lot of respect in the sport as well. People know that when he gets into top gear, that Waits can really motor. But Smith's on a finish again. Going to be throwing for the set.
60. Jeff, you require 140.
140 for 5-2. No. Not this time.
60.
But this 161 is must hit, you feel, for Scott Waits if he's to stay alive in this set.
Could be. That's a good first start. And can't get it now, so Smith's going to come back.
97.
Looking at the 20s.
Jeff, you require 80.
And looking to make it 5 sets to 2.
So another 20 for tops. This is for 5-2.
40.
Oh dear. Now,
Scott, you require
Waits,
64.
having looked for all the world as though he's going to lose this leg and with it the sets, now has 64 to make it 2-1. 16s he's looking at. Another one. Now double 16. Studying
48.
concentration, but it's just not there.
Jeff, you require
Doors
40.
ajar.
Go on then. 2 10s. 2 5s for the set.
30.
Oh, the Canadian fans and those
16.
back home take a big gulp as Waits now steps forward with double 8. That missed by distance, didn't it? Andy knows it, shakes his head in disbelief. Double 4, that's more like it.
Double third leg. Scott Waits.
2-1, but it was only a hold of throw. So Smith still has the throw, still has the darts for the set.
This is a big leg. Must hold here, you feel, to have
62.
any chance of coming back. He was 5-0 down. He won the 6th set
100
with a 161 check out in the bullseye. Came back out and had 4 darts to win the 7th set. Missed them all.
Some indifferent darts again from Smith. Scott's dad Clive is here, I know, somewhere out there in the crowd. He's a nervous man when his son's playing. He'll be following and feeling
59.
every dart that Waits is throwing.
As I'm sure will Jeff's family back home in Canada. Jessica, Natasha, Kieran, his kids, and his wife Rachel.
And most of New Brunswick, I should imagine, and quite a few other places as well.
I am told that the tides in New Brunswick do odd things, and you never know. The tide in this darts match might be about to do something a bit funny, but if it is, this one could do with hitting the treble 20.
140.
More like it.
Not on the finish though.
That's 2 in. He's coming down the board.
139.
She's a Scott Waits fan. She was looking a bit gloomy a few minutes ago. Now she's got a big grin on her face. 143 is a makeable checkout.
65.
See if he can do it.
Scott, you require 143.
Treble 20s to start. Not this time. Chance for Jeff then on 135 when he steps back to the oche. This is set point again.
Let's see then. Jeff, you've been taking this sort of finish. Not now though. Good dart.
79. Scott, you require 50.
To level this set. Double 16 for Scott Waits. There it
James
is.
Hoskin shot down the
And he
fourth
has
leg.
the dart.
Scott Waits.
Smith knows he's missed opportunities
Fifth leg. Scott
to have won this one.
first. Game on.
And Waits is now back in the box seat. This leg will send one of them, either Waits 6-1 up or Smith to 5-2. Massive for Smith this.
140.
Great start, terrific start. Very difficult to break against that sort of throwing.
60.
I wonder if he still believes, Jeff Smith. I wonder if he still believes it's going to happen. It's one thing saying it before the match, but does he believe now, having missed those 4 darts for 5-2?
Well, that's back-to-back 140s. And a nod from Scott Waits, who knows that he's moving in and producing the darts that he needs. Great response. Smith's 4th maximum and the 8th of the match so far. But Waits still with the advantage.
121.
3-1, or 2 140s rather, and a 1-2-1 leaves Scott Waits poised on 100 to move to within a set of his second world title.
Could be an 11-darter. This treble 20 he wants. He's got it. This is for an 11-darter double tops.
60.
So he doesn't take it out, but with Smith on 204, Waits will return.
Lucy, you saw his girlfriend, is fancying this. She thinks it's done and dusted.
140.
And if he takes us out,
40.
you won't find many to disagree with her. 2 more. Yes, there it is. It is 6-1.
He was saying yesterday this match is going to be all over by 7:30, Scott Waits. It is now 7:20, so he's just about on schedule.
$100.
Is there any way back from here for Jeff Smith?
Waits has won this one comfortably without really
45.
producing his A game. He's well capable of throwing up towards the 100 mark. His average 87, but it's not about averages, of course, when you get to a big final like this. It's about whose nerve prevails in the pressure situations, and Scott Waits has been okay.
Yeah, he's hit the big doubles, hasn't he? The ones he's needed to.
He hit him hard early, didn't he? And sailed into that early advantage. First 2 or 3 sets, I think, were key, because Smith never really settled and he's not been able to come back.
Scott hit 3 doubles out of 3 to win the first set against the darts, and after that, Jeff's scoring just deserted him.
85.
Only got a couple of chances at doubles for the next 2.5 sets.
Well, he's got to hold his throw here, goes without saying. And he's doing well. That's 2 in the trebles, and that's 3 in the trebles, his 5th maximum. Leaving himself 30, and Waits well back, so he's in a good place in this particular leg.
100. Jeff, you
no finish for Waits.
2 15s. That wasn't close. It's getting closer.
15.
Wrong way.
Oh dear. Now Scott, 186. That's only a single. That's the one he's looking for, and that
121. Jeff, you require 15.
Under pressure now. Double 6 he's left. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Nerves, Vassos, nerves.
65.
And Scott Waits now coming with 65. This to win a leg which, in all honesty, he shouldn't be winning. Well, that's 50. 15. Double 6 now.
59.
Bit unlucky with that centre ball, I guess.
12.
Although if you're going to go for it, you can't call yourself unlucky if you hit it.
There's the double 6. Down the first leg.
Centre ball, of course. The purists would say there's no such thing as a centre ball, but you know what I mean. He was looking for the 25. But Smith takes it, and that's the important thing for him. On his throw, he's done what's required. If it goes with throw all the way, Then it'll be a Smith set.
100. $43.
So they've both been broken a few times during this match.
100.
Waits 4 times, Smith 6. But looking at those percentages, you wouldn't think that there'd be a 5-set gulf between them.
No,
It's who hits the key
60.
doubles.
I mean, the stats don't really tell the story. It's just a case of Waits getting key checkouts when he needs them. And I guess that's the big match experience. He's been up there
55.
before, done it, and knows how to get across the winning line.
4 legs.
Jeff Smith's in new territory.
Yeah, 4 legs the difference, 18 and 14. But 5 sets is the difference.
140.
Well, which underlines it. He's done it when he needs to.
Exactly.
97.
Well, he's on a finish. Smith are good for a 140 here. Needs another one. No, not there. He's on a finish, but not where he'd have wanted to be.
149.
And Waits can't take it out, so Smith will get an opportunity here to take one against the throw. Raise the roof if he found a way of getting 158.
158.
Treble 19. Can't be done now. They go for the bull here.
He's been one of the big bets with the bookies this week, as Smith backed all the way in from 33 to 1 at the beginning of the tournament, but now Waits double 6 to square up the set. Surely this time. Can't get much better markers than that. Oohs and ahs. Oh dear. And Scott can see the funny side of it. Might not see it if it continues with Smith bouncing back. Double 8. 4s.
28.
Well, that is a glaring opportunity missed.
Scott, you require
Well, that
12.
is this match in summary.
Yep, it encapsulates what it's been all about. Scott's not too wild about what's going on. Having a laugh, which is probably the best way to deal with it. He's got it. Years ago, you know, that's what Eric Bristow used to go. They used to goad him and boo him and shout him, and he'd turn round and say, come on man, give me some more. And then he'd turn round and get the dart. It's part of what darts is about. 60. It needs showmen.
Well, the lakeside crowd are determined to enjoy themselves, even if the final isn't what they'd hoped for. They always hope for a close one.
121.
And Scott Waits could afford to enjoy himself, leading 6-1.
Absolutely.
Remember, it's a race to 7.
100.
He is 2 legs away from his 2nd world title, this man.
It's all with throw at the moment, though. Treble had put Smith under a bit of pressure, but
60.
he can't find it. And exasperated.
Proud Yorkshireman Scott Waits turns 39 next week.
Pride of Huddersfield.
Be a nice early birthday present, wouldn't it?
45.
The world title and the £100,000 winner's cheque.
Harold Wilson territory, wasn't it, once upon a time? Good darts.
135.
He's on a finish now, Smith, 106.
30.
Well, Waits isn't.
106.
He's not on a finish, so Smith's got 6 from here.
Double 18 he's left to hold his throw.
88.
Yeah.
And again, he grimaces as another double goes missing. Double 9 when he comes back.
99.
Waits is on a finish now, so the pressure just starts to ramp up.
That's the 10th dart at a double he's missed this set. And just 2.5 legs. He does find the double 9 that he needs to move ahead again in this 8th set.
You talked about his belief and about his sense of destiny, if you like. Well, he's got to keep that. He's got to maintain that and keep on focusing and producing his very best.
100.
There is quite simply no room for error for Jeff Smith from here.
Well, he can't afford any sort of real down periods,
60.
can he? He's got to find some big numbers. I mean, this is a mini opportunity. 140 here had helped the cause. That's pretty good.
131.
Good as.
Only.
Well, that's poor. Smith gets a ton here. He's on a finish. Anything better would be a bonus.
No, just low. Can he get one over the top? Wow, he's throwing that one from Hampshire.
41.
For those of you watching overseas, Hampshire is a fair way away from the lakeside.
100.
The next county. The Waits is on the finish. Oh, excellent. Good darts. What a great time to do it. His 6th maximum.
Scott will acquire 156.
That's why the crowd have warmed to Jeff Smith this week.
Oh, double 18 for a 1-5.
Scott Waits.
Stunning darts.
Fabulous
Stunning
finish.
darts, and he's one leg away
Game on.
from the title.
Of such moments are champions made. And Scott Waits, while Smith put the pressure on, responded in true champion fashion. Magnificent checkout.
156, his highest checkout of the tournament so far.
40.
Well, as we get our breath back, that means that one more leg, and Scott Waits is the 2016 BDO World Champion. And he's got a little smile on his lips.
43.
He senses that he is closing in now, and that is his destiny and not Jeff Smith's. Oh, how about that?
180.
I wonder if Jeff Smith still believes.
Well, he applauded his opponent, didn't he, when he got that magnificent checkout.
41.
And the touch of hands before this crucial leg began. And Smith, I think, knows that he is very much up against it now. That's a good cover shot.
95.
Not on a finish yet, but Smith a long way back.
He's not far away, is he, Scott Waits? That trophy that they can both see
81.
just to the right of the oche. Well, it's within touching distance now.
186. That's a terrific first dart. And he's followed it. Coming down.
145.
Well, it wasn't a million miles away from the bullseye, was it? But that is quality throwing, and 2 more darts could polish this one off. 41 is all that he needs
77.
now to take the title.
Scott Uniquire 41.
He won the title in 2013. He struggled with shoulder trouble. He's back to full fitness. He's back to his best. And he is world champion once again. Scott Waits wins a one-sided world championship final. Jeff Smith we will see again next year. Didn't produce his best on the biggest occasion, but wow, it was brutal from Scotty to Hottie, a 2-time world champion.
He's been the player of the week. Those matches against Gert de Vos and against Glenn Durrant were spectacular. The crowd just loved him, loved what he produced this week, and on the big stage, when it counted, he has produced a champion's performance. Back from a darting wilderness through injury, and now champion again.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have a round of applause for both our finalists. Jeff, the first Canadian in the final for 22 years. you have been brilliant this week. We didn't quite see you at your best in this final, but overall, a sensational championship.
Yeah, I found myself trying to make something out of nothing there, and I appreciate every one of you guys out there. You guys have been awesome all week. But most of all, congratulate your champion. Scott was incredible. He had no quit in him all week. He had chances he could have gone out early, and he dug in, and he really made it to the end. So, all done, Scott.
Jeff, semi-final in your debut year, runner-up in your second year. That is quite some record. You just seem to, at times, have been so comfortable up here on the big stage, and you have made such an impact with this crowd.
Yeah, I just tried to adapt each match, and you know what I mean? I had a tough run in the semis last year, obviously a tough final, but I guarantee you I'll be back next year.
Great stuff, Jeff. Scott, an amazing reception. You've come from behind this week. You've led from the front this week. What a sensational championship, and what a way to seal your second title.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. I tell you what, though, the crowd here this week are fantastic. I mean, look at these here. End of the day, this can't happen without you lot. You've been fantastic. But, you know, come on, Jeff. You've been a great sport as well. Great game as well. And, you know, to win my second world title, I'm absolutely flabbergasted. I can't believe it.
You're up there now with some of the very greats. And I wonder, bearing in mind coming back from shoulder surgery, you've done this the hard way. Does this one feel even sweeter than the first?
I'm not too sure yet. It's not sunk in. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to say, really. You know.
And your girlfriend, Lucy, has been living every arrow, and so has your dad. And your dad told me, I'm wearing my lucky shirt. I wore this shirt when he won the Grand Slam, and I wore this shirt when he won the world title in 2013. Mr. Waits, don't ever take that shirt off.
Mickey Mouse, there you go. Come on, Daddy, get in there.
And have you got any idea yet what you might do with some of that £100,000? You're a hard worker, you're a real grafter, and you deserve to treat yourself.
I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, never mind tomorrow. So, I play darts for the love of playing darts, don't play for the brass. So, you know, I mean, the World Championship means the world to me. Sack the money off on the World Championship. It's what I want to win.
You are now up there with some of the very greats. I know you're a historian of darts as well as a great player. What does that mean to you, to be a multiple champion and be thought of in the same regard as the likes of Taylor and Martin Adams and Wilson and all those other greats who've done it twice and three times?
Yeah, well, you know, onwards and upwards now. It probably cost me £8 to get my name engraved on the trophy again. And then...
You can afford it.
And then, you know, why not try again next year? Come on, we've got to come back and have another go, haven't we?
Well done, Scott. A worthy champion. Many congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move into our presentation and welcome on stage the proprietors of the Lakeside Country Club, Bob and Barbara Potter, accompanied by the BDO Tournament Director, Wayne Williams. To receive a cheque for £35,000, he's the 2016 Lakeside World Championship runner-up, Canada's Jeff Smith. Make some more noise for the silencer, our runner-up, Jeff Smith. to receive £100,000, the magnificent trophy, and for the second time, the title of Lakeside World Champion. It's Scotty Too Hotty, Scott Waits. Lakeside World Champion, Scotty Too Hotty, Scott Waits.
You kind of like to hear from a man who says it's not about money, it's about playing the darts. That makes you warm to a man.
And for Scott Waits, it really is, and always has been, all about the darts.
It's a great story, a great comeback. And Scott Waits, proud Yorkshireman and proud champion once again. And he might be champion a few times more yet, you never know. Dan Clive.
Well, 3 years ago we wondered if we might see a period where Scott Waits would be the dominant figure here at the Lakeside. Didn't make any impression in the next two tournaments, and injury problems have been well documented. But now the same question can be posed because he has a second Lakeside title, and Scott Waits has the game to add to that. Congratulations, Scott. Tony O'Shea and Scott Mitchell are watching Scott celebrate with the trophy on the Lakeside stage. What's your assessment of this title success, Tony?
Well, obviously, he wasn't pushed today, and he'll be happy about that, because he won't care about averages and how he actually played in the final. All he wanted to do was win the tournament. He has been pushed, and we have seen signs of him back at his best. And I think, to be honest, we should stop talking about his injury, because that's well in the past now.
Scott, what's the story of that final from your perspective?
Well, for me, I think there were big points in those 2-2 sets. I think there was 5 of them in the end, and Jeff didn't come out on the right side of any of them. And I think that was probably the telling story of the match.
So big moments of the game when it's 2-2 and the set decides on it. It's how you deal with those moments.
Jeff had been dealing with them great all week, and today it just didn't happen for him.
When Scott is in form like this, it's just very difficult to keep up with him, isn't it?
Again, he didn't show his best form, but he's a fantastic front runner. And once he got that 3-4-0 lead, I really thought that was the end of the match, to be honest. I mean, Jeff tried his best, but a real good front runner.
How do you feel Jeff went about this? Because when he won that set, the place erupted and everyone thought, could there be a comeback? But it was clutching at straws.
Yeah, he was a bit, and the crowd did get on Jeff's side. It started last year. He's created something for himself here. He is a likeable chap, Ray. He really is. No matter what darts he's thrown tonight, the crowd have enjoyed him being here this week. And that's what the game's all about. And he's won a few fans again this week. Maybe next year he can go one better. Who knows?
Yeah, this Canadian, he was calm, he was cool, he was clinical on the stage. And maybe just ran out of steam there. But then again, Scott Waits in that form, you know, lots of players would struggle in that situation.
Well, I know probably better than most. I've just joined a good club there, but yeah, of course, it's been a tough week. It's been an amazing week, really. We've had so many comebacks, and we've said it before. These breaks during the matches have created some great situations, and it's made some of the games as good as they have been.
Do you see a period now that Scott has the game to dominate BDO darts for a while?
I absolutely hope not. No, I think there's no reason why not. You know, we've said it before. The problem for Scott is he's always been one of the boys, and that's been as important to him as playing darts with the lads. So will he take a more professional attitude to it? Probably not. I don't think he'll change a thing.
We will see, and we'll return in a few minutes' time, and all being well, Scott will join us on the balcony with the trophy so we can pay tribute to a great champion. Tournament winning darts from Scott Waits, meaning he is the BDO World Darts Champion for a second time. The champion in 2013 and now 2016. He's just beaten Jeff Smith of Canada. and collected a cheque for £100,000 and been presented with the trophy. He's on the way to the balcony with the trophy to talk to us, but let's hear from Jeff Smith now, who's with Reshman.
Very much, Ray. Yes, Jeff, it was mission accomplished, wasn't it, to get to the final, but tonight it just wasn't your night, was it?
Yeah, I really wanted to play better than what I did there tonight, but 2 years on the trot, it's taken a world champion to beat me. So I'm gonna go home with my head up high, no doubt about it.
You've provided so many wonderful memories this year. You've really made this Lakeside stage your own.
Yeah, I really had a great week, and I'm not going to complain in any way, shape, or form. I didn't give up until the end, you know what I mean? Scott's a worthy champion by all means. He played well, he got the job done. But like I say, I'm more disappointed in how I performed tonight, but overall it's been an amazing week for me.
And you did start to come back, didn't you? It just was a little bit too late, wasn't it, perhaps? Do you think maybe last night playing a late semi-final might have taken it out of you a little bit? Yeah,
I'm not going to put any blame on anything. My preparation was really good today. I was actually throwing really, really well earlier. It just didn't seem to go for me today, and every chance that I had, and I felt like I was going to come back, Scott had an answer. So, no, hats off to him, and he's done a great job.
And we'd see you in between sets. You would always come back in here. You'd go straight to the practice room, practice your darts. I saw you once yesterday go outside, look over the lake and just gather yourself. Your preparation didn't change, did it? It was just one of those nights, was it?
Yeah, I just did what worked for me all week and what worked for me last year. I didn't plan on getting out of anybody's way by any means, and I'm not going to ever give up until the last dart's thrown. And like I say, it was really hot up on the stage, so you come back, you try to cool off, get back up and try to throw your best darts again.
Semi-finalist in your first year, runner-up in your second year. Who knows what the future holds, Jeff?
Yeah, guess what's coming next year?
Your name's on that trophy, isn't it?
With any luck, yeah.
We hope so. Congratulations, you've been wonderful this season.
Thank you.
Great ambassador for his country and for darts. It's the champion. He's got the trophy. Congratulations. Can you describe your immediate emotions right now?
I'll tell you what, Ray, I'm absolutely flabbergasted by, winning the second World Championship trophy at Lakeside. It's unbelievable.
I know the adrenaline will be pumping. I'm just very concerned that you'll be so fired up here, that trophy might go over off the balcony there. Keep tight hold of it.
I'm pretty sure somebody will catch it anyway. Don't worry, it won't. It's a blow.
Can you remember much about the game?
Yeah. You can always remember good parts and bad parts throughout the game. Jeff really did not kick into gear all the way through it, but I was struggling as well a little bit. My scoring was not as good as I thought it could have been, and yet I were maybe 4-6-0 up.
But when 2-2 in sets, big moments, you found the answer.
Yeah. I've been learning a little bit. Step back from the hockey, regain your composure, step forward and try and hit that double. And tonight, it's paid off tenfold. Brilliant.
So come on, what does winning this title mean to you for a second time?
To win it the first time, it's absolutely phenomenal, but then people say, it's twice as hard to win it the second time, and then you win it the second time, and it's not going to really sink in yet. I mean, now, I'm holding the World Trophy. It's like my little baby in my arms, you know what I mean? It's so surreal.
When you were injured and the shoulder was playing you up, did you have any major doubts of whether you'd be able to return and achieve this?
I'll tell you what, I was the most frustrated person in the world. I've got a dartboard in the house and I got up and tried to throw darts, and it was only like 20 minutes a time, half an hour a time, and then you've got to build up a little bit, and then this is the longest I've ever played darts over a period of time, coming to the Lakeside this year. And to come back and play like I have done and win the title, phenomenal. I'm chuffed to bits.
Well, congratulations. Just to say, we got highlights coming up tomorrow, but Tony, Scott, come back in here as well as we confirm we got these highlights tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and it's the Clippers as well, Pelicans in the basketball. Guys, what a champion, hey, Scott. He was terrific. Scott to Scott.
Most definitely. It's always good to have another Scott on the trophy again, you know what I mean?
Tony, what's your assessment of what Scott has done here?
I mean, obviously, he hit it on the nail there. That first one is, obviously, it's so special. But to back it up and prove that it wasn't a one-hit wonder, I mean, he's so tough. And again, I had breakfast with this guy this morning. I come and sat with him, and he was so cool, so calm, and he was just he was just so happy-go-lucky, and he said, I'm off to the pub now and practice. And you wouldn't have thought the same day he was going to play in a World Championship final.
Hey, you're an honorary member of that working men's club now. By the way, get hold of your microphone again and tell us how many more of these you're going to win.
Hopefully, I'm going to win a few more than Scott does, and a few more than Tony does. But you know, it's not hard. But you know, them two want to win this title as much as I do. So it is difficult to come back here year after year and try and win. But you know, every year I'm going to come back. I'm going to try my hardest.
Scott, we've got to go. Congratulations to the champion. Well done, the Lakeside. Bye for now.
Come on.